Hello and welcome to my draft analysis for my second season in the Showdown Battle Club. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it is. Okay, last year we were the Showdown Battle League, Alt League, as we are the lesser of the two leagues because we all suck. But now we are the Showdown Battle Club. We're rebranding, so we'll see how that works out. This season I also rebranded my team entirely. Last season and for a couple of years before that actually, I was the New England Pat Rats. This year I am the Cincinnati Cinccino, as it is my favorite Pokemon, and you can see my logo there. This is a very nice logo made by Travis, who is also in he's in the Showdown Battle League. He is a step above me. But if you've ever watched me play before, either through past replays or you know me, I play a sort of unorthodox style. I usually use a lot of trappers and gimmicks. For this season, I'm definitely going to use gimmick and maybe even two. So I'm going to try out some Paraflinch and crit hacks. So let's go through the picks. Let's go through the draft. So for the first pick, I drafted Jirachi. Jirachi is the Paraflinch user. If you have a Paraflinch team, you need Jirachi. Having access to Serene Grace, which doubles the secondary effects moves, combined with a Stab Iron Head, I mean that's an automatic 60% flinch chance right there. Against faster teams, I most likely want to spread Para with my other team, the other Pokemon on my team, who you'll see coming up. And then I can come in with a banded Jirachi, just spam Iron Head to do a ton of damage, or even just leftovers to survive. If it's against a team that maybe they're a little faster, I can always just Scarf and go for Iron Head and not even worry about the Paralyze. Jirachi also has access to moves like Stealth Rock, U-Turn, and Healing Wish, which is really cool because you can basically just say, hey, Jirachi's going to die, it's not useful anymore. I'll kill myself and heal someone else all the way, which is very nice and very useful. So all of those moves, definitely going to try them all out throughout the season. I need to mix up. I can't just go straight for Iron Head spam constantly, although I'm probably going to do that a lot, but can't just do that the whole time. So in my second round, I got Zygarde, and although Zygarde does have a fatal 4x weakness to ice attacks, it's a very powerful and versatile Pokemon. My main reasons for just snagging Zygarde with the second pick were its access to Glare, which can paralyze ground types, and 1,000 Arrows, which is a stab ground type move that hits flying types and levitate users. It's got Dragon Dance, Substitute, so if I want to go a setup Zygarde, it's really good for that to go in, sub, get a Dragon Dance or two off, and then just 1,000 Arrows and outrage my way through. It also gets Stealth Rock, which is nice too. Stealth Rock and Dragon Tail. That's also a good moveset I can use. In the third round, I went with Serperior. And I feel like Serperior is a very underrated Pokemon personally. I really enjoy using it. It has pretty good speed with 113 base speed. And it's actually decently bulky if you're invested. You can give it leftovers, you can give it Assault Vest. I really like Assault Vest Serperior, although that kind of eliminates its utility because Serperior does have a lot of utility. It gets access to Glare, Substitute, Leech Seed, Defog, Reflect, Light Screen. Those are all just extremely useful utility moves, especially in a league format where I can, set up and play around those. And then Leech Seed and Synthesis for self-sustain, even in Giga Drain too. Even though its special attack isn't great, and it doesn't have a very diverse offensive move pool, having Contrary and Leaf Storm just lets it just boost that special attack way up, so you don't have to even fully invest in it to do damage. You can do Leaf Storm, Giga Drain for healing, any Hidden Power, Hidden Power Fire and Ice are usually pretty useful ones. And it gets Dragon Pulse as well, so that's pretty solid. So yeah, I look forward to using Serperior probably for most of my games this season. I've used it in the past, and I usually have pretty good success with it. The only downside I see with Superior is the 90% hit chance on Leaf Storm. And there will be a game this season where that matters. It's just how Pokemon works. It's what we all know and love. So yeah, we'll deal with that when we come to it. Now with my fourth pick, I get to use my favorite Pokemon of all, and the namesake of our squad is Cinccino. I love what Cinccino can bring to the team. It's 115 base speed. That's very good. I think it can get up to 361 when fully invested. Jolly nature, and a 95 base attack is pretty good. That's nothing to sneeze at there. And although it's relatively frail with 60 defense and special defense, not great hit points, but its speed lets it switch out with U-turn. It gets access to U-turn, which is very good. Speedy switch out into something that walls whoever's attacking. But Cinccino's role on my team is always to be as annoying as possible. Having the ability Skill Link, it lets it use Tail Slap, Bullet Seed, and Rock Blast all hit 5 times. And my favorite set is just make it hold up King's Rock. So that makes all those moves have an automatic 50% chance to flinch. Now combine that with Paralyze. If I spread that out with Superior and Zygarde and my later draft picks, then it's pretty funny to watch. But Cinccino also gets access to Thunder Wave actually, so you can if it gets a free turn, if I predict a free turn, I can Thunder Wave someone switching in and spread Paralyze myself. But also gets access to Knockoff, which is very good. It has a pretty good move pool. Another good role it can fill is a Wall Breaker. Give it a Choice Band, hitting 5 times, especially Stab, Tail Slap with Skill Link, hitting 5 times Banded. That does a lot of damage, and especially against a substitute user. If the substitute's up, you break the substitute and do damage to them. Very, very good. Also, I've kind of told people I'm going to try to use its second ability, Technician, and try to use Technician in there somewhere if I can figure out a way to make it work, but no promises. With my 5th pick, I decided to grab my Mega. I feel like Mega Gyarados fits very well with my team. It has 2 abilities before Mega Evolves, which can both be very useful. Intimidate to lower the opponent's attack, of course, and Moxie, which will boost my attack +1 every time I get a kill with Gyarados before it Mega Evolves. And since we are no longer forced to Mega Evolve the first turn that the Pokemon's in battle, I can use both of those to my advantage. Then when I Mega Evolve, of course, it gets Mold Breaker, which is good. It's just a good move to have. Because if they switch in, say I use an Earthquake, and they switch into a Levitate user, it still hits regardless. Or if I'm using, Waterfall and they try to Water Absorb it, or Storm Drain, then, it still hits. But the most likely role that Mega Gyarados is going to play on my team is late game Sweeper. I can send him in once my opponent's team is weak, and I spread Paralysis, and then he can just go to town at that point. He also gets Dragon Dance to give him a speed boost, also an attack boost, but he really doesn't need that too much. I guess against walls he will, but hopefully he'll come in when they're already weakened somewhat. He also gets Substitute. He gets Thunder Wave himself too, which is nice. So yeah, he's just really strong, and it's good to have someone who can just do damage. His role is to do damage, and that's what he does. And so my next pick is kind of an oddball. As I said in the beginning of the video, I'm a big fan of gimmicks. So I picked Wobbuffet. Basically, its only use is to trap and revenge kill an offensive Pokemon or anything that's locked into a move by choice item. It gets shadow tagged, so you know they can't switch out unless they use U-turn, volt switch, or hey, hold a shed shell, or parting shot too. So yeah, basically trap and revenge kill. That's it. That's how Love Fit works. We'll see how it works. Now Kingdra. I really like Kingdra. It can be used both as a physical attacker and a special attacker, since it's, you know, special attack and attack are both the same, and they're both relatively decent. You know, 95 is pretty good. But the main reason I picked it is for its ability Sniper, which makes crits do 200% damage. I'll explain how this set could possibly work with my next pick. Yeah, you'll see. Also, being able to use Swift Swim against an opponent's possible rain team, that's nice too. I might be able to set rain with some moments. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, Swift Swim might make an appearance, but I really like Sniper. It's gimmicky. That's what I do. And here's where the Kingdra magic could possibly happen. Or not, because it's a massive gimmick. Togetic has access to Tailwind, Nasty Plot, and Baton Pass. It's also decently bulky even without Eviolite, which is especially helpful because the Z crystal I drafted is Flyinium Z. So that means I can use Z Tailwind, which boosts the user's crit stage by 1. If I could get a Z Tailwind off and Baton Pass it to Kingdra, who's holding a Scope Lens, that's automatic crits. Yep. So I get the benefit of 2 turns of Tailwind, with automatic crits doing 200% damage. And you know, possibly I could pass a Nasty Plot along with it. I'd only get one turn of Tailwind speed, but I have Nasty Plot, so that's +2 special attack. Draco Meteor, Hydro Pump, critting for 200% damage. It just kills everything. So it's pretty cool. Gimmicky as hell, but pretty cool. So now we're getting into the late round picks, which means these are mostly just Pokemon that I thought could shore up some type coverage, or help out with the role of, as in Raichu here, you can spread paralysis, Volt Switch for momentum. So yeah, they're basically just late round Pokemon that I think can just fill minor holes on the team. So here I got Raichu. Yeah, mainly got it for the electric coverage and Nuzzle and Thunder Wave on Fake Out. Spread paralysis, Volt Switch out. If I want to, I can even run a Nasty Plot set and go with Thunderbolt, Focus Blast. God forbid it misses. HP Ice, things like that. So nothing special, just a fast electric type. So the second to last pick, I went with Goodra. It can be used as physical attacker, special attacker, it can be banded, specs, or assault vest. I like its abilities with Gooey, where if it gets hit by a contact move, the opponent's speed drops by 1. And then what I'll probably use more is Sap Zipper, which will give me a nice grass immunity, which is really neat. So overall, it's a pretty useful Pokemon with good coverage moves and a pretty good attacking stats. And my last pick, I picked up Moltres. In my mind, I needed a fire type. Don't know if that's true, but that's what I thought. A good benefit from Moltres is that it can use the Flyinium Z that I talked about earlier. Z Hurricane, which does approximately 1 bajillion damage. So that could be useful. Its biggest flaw, and why it was my last pick and was still on the board, is that it has a 4-time weakness to Stealth Rocks, which is not great. Kind of sucks, actually. Otherwise, it'd probably be a lot better than last pick. So hopefully, if I want to use it, I can clear rocks with Superior or something, and get this thing going. Not sure how much I'll use it, but we'll see. And that's all for my draft analysis. As you saw, I enjoy having fun sets that, even though they aren't the strongest, they can catch my opponent by surprise and force them into misplays. So we'll see how it works. Usually I I can kind of start off pretty hot, but then people catch on to my bullshit, and then it kind of goes downhill, and I have to reinvent myself. But we'll see how I do this year. So I'm going to try to record all my matches this season, and do some a little analysis on them. If you have any ideas or suggestions for this team, how I can use it, or possibly someone I can pick up in free agency, just let me know. Someone I can add to the team. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.